think that is supposed to be the Grim Reaper, kind of, I guess. And that is probably who you will meet if you bring one of these things home and not tell the missus. Hi guys, this is RACKNLOAD, and this is heavy. This is the RTI Mora, and it is a bit of a beast, I ain't gonna lie. Well, do you know what's funny? Well, the first thing that struck me when obviously I seen the humongous air tank on this thing, 1.1 litre. I had a Ford Fiesta that was a 1.1 litre, just to put it in perspective. That was the capacity of the engine, 1.1 litre. Oh, my first car. Anyway, the RTI Mora. This one is in 25 cal. Hi guys, this is RACKNLOAD. What a beast this thing is. What an absolute beast. Where do I begin with this thing? Now, I have showed you one of these a while back on a bit of a first look, just to have a, just to sort of show you around it. Now I've actually sort of had one for a good amount of time and really sort of ran it and had some serious fun with it. Right, let's throw out some specs. Right, boring specs. Well, it's not boring specs. So these are available in sub 12 here in the UK or FAC. This one's an FAC one, 25 cal. I think they're capable of going from, I think they go from around 27 to over 200 foot-pounds in power. Okay, this one is currently running around the 40 foot-pound, and I'll show you the data of the Garmin in a bit. But yeah, this is running about 40 foot-pounds. The whole thing weighs in at 3.8 kilograms. Barrel length is 700. That is a can on there. I will show you that. Fully shrouded, carbon fibre shrouded. It looks insane. Absolutely insane. The barrel itself is just, well, let's lift it up. Oh, you can see how thick that barrel is right there. Look, what a beast. Oh god, this thing is heavy. Oh my god, I think I'm getting old as well. There is that. Side lever cocking, ambidextrous as well. In fact, this thing is fully ambidextrous, which is really, really nice. Now, this is the sniper version. They do the compact, different length ones, but this is the sniper. That's pretty much it for your specs. Obviously, it's regulated. You can adjust the power. This one is very kindly on loan from Highland Outdoors here in the UK. They are the official importer of RTI arms. Right, where do we begin? Right, let's take it from the top. Let's take it from the barrel end. Now, it is threaded, and I've got this this can on it, which I'm going to take off and show you. Because if I can, let's take this off and show you, because it is a bit of a beast, and you do get this in the box. So that is the can itself. Okay, and it does make this thing very, very quiet, and that's what you're faced with without the can. So it's obviously a bit louder with it off. Let me just leave that there out of the way, make this thing easier to handle. Now, this has got a massive carbon fibre bottle, glossy in finish. Looks really nice, got RTI arms logo on there. I love that. The only thing, and this is probably my only criticism about this rifle, my only one, is, and it could be rectified, because all it needs is an Arca Swiss or some sort of rail underneath it. I always like a bottle to be sort of protected. I don't know, the thought of this sort of going nose down on that bottle and doing something to where it's fitted there fills me with absolute fear. And I'll tell you why. Because I have actually got a blown up D-state right here where the bottle blew off. The actual, not the bottle, but it was the fitting, sheared, split the stock and blew this D-state Air Ranger to bits. So yeah, I have a bit of a fear over compressed air. Although I am massively into my air guns, I just hate compressed air. So yeah, that's probably my only critique, but it's something like what you do on a lot of air guns, if they don't already come with it, is you're going to get, I would personally do that anyway, I'll get some sort of rail underneath there just to protect the bottle, and obviously it's something to rest on, be it a giant Picatinny rail or Arca Swiss. I'm not sure exactly what's available for the RTI, to be fair, so go look on their website. So that's your fuel gauge there. For your bottle, obviously you've got your regulator gauge there going on, or your plenum gauge, bit of Picatinny rail underneath. That is the filler nozzle there. Cocking lever, which is absolutely excellent, absolutely fantastic. I do like cocking levers where the actual handle spins round. They just feel more sort of, I don't know, more comfortable. Totally ambidextrous. You can swap that round to the other side if you so wish, he says. Yeah, I think you just have to swap that plate off. Not sure how you do it. Maybe you can't, actually. Am I just dreaming that? Actually, now you come to think of it, I don't think you can swap that cocking lever around, which is interesting. Interesting. But you can swap the cheek piece round, as I did because I'm a lefty. Made it more comfortable. What I do like about the RTIs is the magazines, the Mora especially. They just go in any which way. Really good magazines, which I'll show you in a minute. Solid metal construction. You've got an AR-15 style grip. The grip that you actually have that comes as standard is really nice. Rubberized, very grippy. Would I swap it out? Probably not. It's quite a vertical grip. Adjustable trigger on there. Fully shrouded in carbon fibre. This one, by the way, is wearing a GPO Spectra scope. This is 4.5 to 27 times 50 scope. Very excellent scope, which obviously made this combination very, very accurate indeed. Now, I'm not one to tinker with air guns. I just ain't. I'm not, I like to just run them, get them zeroed, and that's it. I know there's guys out there that will get straight in them and just, mess about with all the power settings and this, that, and the other. I'm not one to do that. As a reviewer, I'm not really one to do that anyway. I just want to see what they're doing straight out of the box. So I didn't mess with this, but apparently these things are super, super easy to work on and adjust and all that jazz. There are guys in the comments down below that will tell you all about that know far more than what little Rackster here does. Okay, safety catch is here. It's like an AR-15 style safety catch. Pretty sort of positive, does exactly what it says on the tin. You've got adjustments there for like your hammer spring and this, that, and the other. Like I said, I'm not interested. I don't mess with stuff like that. It's just, I just don't do it. I run it how it is and just, zero it, and that's me. That's me. I love the way they've skeletonized that part of the action. It's rock solid. This thing is solid. But I love the way they've done that, where you can see the stainless barrel. Really, really cool how they've done it. It is such a good looking rifle. It just, I think probably That bottle is a little, dare I say, too big. It's not too big. It's just, it is big. I think if you had a skinny barrel, it'd look a bit daft. I think that's why they've probably put this massive barrel shroud to try and sort of balance the look of it. I guess, I don't know. Right, magazines. These are probably some of the best magazines I've used on an airgun. They are so simple, yet they're spring loaded. You literally just wind it on, if I remember rightly. Wind it on, put your first one in, and then just literally push them in. There's no doors or windows or anything like that to close. And then the magazine obviously will just interface there with, I was trying to show you, with the brass bit there on the barrel. The mag will literally go, and I've got this, as you can see on here, the cutouts on the cheek piece, so you can swap that round and your mag will still go in, but it literally, your mag just drops in like that. And if you swap that around, you put it in that side. It just works. It just works. It's simple as. Now, interestingly, I did have a problem with this rifle when I first got it. I don't know what it was, don't know what happened, but I managed to get a pellet stuck in the barrel. God knows how it happened, don't know. But I had a few shots with it, and then all of a sudden it was like I was getting a blast of air from the rear, so that usually indicates that the barrel is blocked. Made it safe, put a rod down the barrel just to see what was going on. Yeah, lo and behold, there's a pellet stuck in there. To take the barrel off was so easy. To rectify that, just a dead easy process, which I was really pleased with, because I thought, oh, that's going to sort of screw me up now. But no, super easy to swap the barrel in this. I think it was just three screws that are under there. You take one out, you undo two more, barrel just pulls out. That was it. Unblocked it. It was literally, 5 minutes and job done. But no, magazine's excellent. I think they're like aluminium in construction and a bit of plastic going on. Really good. I had zero problems with them. Really nice magazines. All your goings on is in here. If you guys are like tinkering and stuff like that, you've got big access panels there where you can get in either side. You can, apparently the guys at Highland Outdoors, who are the UK importers of these rifles, love them because apparently they're so easy to work on. The linkages, as you can see underneath, you can see the workings going on there. Look at the workmanship. Oh, sorry guys, knocking the camera. Hang on, let me just steady you. Don't get sick now. Oh god, this thing's heavy. Look at the workmanship, the quality of the materials used on those linkages there. Just a solid gun. Picatinny rail along the top, as you can see. I'm kind of stating the obvious, guys. It is a solid rifle. Solid rifle. That barrel, Jesus, you could, I don't know, it's just a monstrous barrel. Right, I'm just going to put the can back on, because what we'll do, we'll measure the trigger and then we'll talk about accuracy. So, free floating barrel as well. Right, let's put that can back on. There she goes. Let's cock it. Do I have? We're in fire mode. Right, let's get the measure. Right, let's give this trigger a pull. See what it's doing. Oh, that's so quiet. Oh my god. 5.4 ounces on the trigger. Oh my god, that is a nice trigger. Right then, accuracy. What did I do with my target? Here we go, guys. Now, this is the accuracy I got out of this rifle. I did 3-shot groups, and I used a variety of different ammunition. Okay, so first up was H&N slugs. These are a good go-to for me, the HP slugs. These ones are 30 grain slugs. Initially, I don't know what was going on here, but it did settle down. Oh, that was 4 shots there, and then all of a sudden, boom, 3 straight in there. 3-shot groups, 30 yards. This is just my standard sort of benchmark as far as accuracy testing goes, be it sub 12 or high power FAC stuff. Next ones we went on to pellets. JSB King Heavies, 33.95 grain. Those are heavy pellets. Dropping in nicely. Nice groups there. Then we went on to Air Arms Diablo Field. I'm just choosing these pellets and slugs at random. This is what I've got in stock here at the Rat Cave. Nice group there. It's quite funny because the slugs were punching nicer holes, but yeah, nice groups there. All 1-hole groups. Landing a little bit higher because there was a lighter at 25.4 grains. Then we went on to the FX Hybrid slugs. Not used these in a while. These ones are 26 grain. Again, landing a little bit heavy. A little bit high. Okay. Nice groupage. Now, obviously, like I always say, I was going on to... when I was changing pellets, I'd put a few off the paper just to get the barrel accustomed a little bit to them. And then I'd go on to paper then. Next one was good old trusty JSB Hades, 26.54 grain in the 25 caliber. And these spread a little bit. Okay. And then the next ones were Zans. What did I do with the Zans? Here are the Zans. Used some Zans. They were the 33 grain slugs. They weren't too bad either. A lot neater holes than the pellets. Not bad, not bad. And then last but not least, went on to pellets again. H&M Field Target Trophy, 20 grain. I think those ones are 20.06 grain. Landing a little bit higher. Not bad. So interesting results with the RTI Mora. Now, let me show you the data. It's easier rather than me inlaying it all on screen, and because trust me, I ain't that techie. I'm going to show you the data on the Garmin. So there we go. And then here's the session summary. 35 shots. Okay, let me scroll down. I can't see what I'm doing. And we're at 41.8 foot-pounds. Okay, so there's your data. That's the data I got anyway. So quite interesting. Very accurate. Amazing looking rifle. Solid construction. Easy to work on. Not that I really work on them, guys, but apparently I've been told. Well, as I found out, having to take the barrel out, that was a piece of cake, even for me. Now, you do get a very cool box. It's a massive hard case. I'm just going to show you this dead briefly, and I'll get the bits out of it, because the Rat Cave ain't quite big enough where I do the filming here. Oh, what have we got in here? Yeah, that's the, you get the full manual off a QR code. That's probably another little critique, I guess. You know, put me in a glossy glossy manual. You know, I like bedtime reading. So I'm old school. I like, you know, something in my hand to read rather than scrolling. So, but yeah, and that's like you basically your quick reference guide. But then if you want the full manual, you've got to scan that. But anyway, you get a real nice case here. Very nice. 2 magazines. It's all cut obviously to take a scope, you know, the rifle when it's scoped as well. So very solid case. So, you know, brilliant. You won't need another case. It's not like one of the, you know, shitty cases that you get from some manufacturers where it's like that flimsy sort of eggshell plastic crap. That's a case that you will use, you know, when you go into the range or whatever. Absolutely brilliant rifle. Solid rifle. I love a quality rifle. Yeah, it ain't cheap. I'm not going to tell you the price because it will go out of date. So just hit Google. That'll tells you everything. But a solid rifle. It's accurate. Obviously, you find the absolute pellet that it will really love. I mean, according to my pellet or slug, that is. You know, fine tune it, and you guys that fiddle with power settings and whatnot, you know, will really be able to get one of these things absolutely laser beam. But this is my out of the box testing, so make of it what you will. Okay, but yeah, very impressed. I just love how solid this thing is. It's just a tough cookie, you know. It's very what's the word, built to last. It's built to last, you know. There ain't no drinking straw barrel going on in there, you know. There ain't any bits that are really going to break off it. It's just really well built, really well built. Just, I think they should, as standard, maybe put something under that big bottle. I don't know, it just, having seen that one that I've shown you, the blown up day state, oh god, it just makes me cringe. You know, when I was shooting this, as you'll see in the footage, I was trying not to rest it on the bottle. I had like the bag underneath this bit. I just don't like putting any sort of stress on the bottle that's going to sort of, you know, affect the joint. I know it won't, you know, and especially this thing is built rock solid. It just, I don't know, it just makes me cringe. What a setup though, with the GPO scope. This thing was brilliant. Absolutely loved shooting this rifle. It's been an absolute pleasure shooting this rifle. It did annoy me when I blocked the barrel. Like I say, I don't know how that happened. Maybe I hadn't pushed the pellet in fully and it had mangled it or something. I don't know. I really don't know what went on there. But it didn't do it again, and I had a lot of shots. I mean, I did this target for the review, but I probably put, you know, another sort of 400 shots through this rifle, you know, just sort of collecting data, and you know, and it ran flawlessly. I just had that one hiccup. It was weird. Don't know what it was. But there you go. I'm sure I've probably missed some crucial information, but I will put all the info down below. But let me know in the comments, guys. You know, you guys that own these, let me know how you're getting on with it. You know, put in the comments what pellets or slugs you're using, what power settings. I'm sure there's guys that'll love that information that, you know, I can't really give because, like I said, I don't like fiddling with stuff. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Hope you like it. That is your rack and load review of the RTI Mora. Hopefully I will get some more RTIs here on the channel. Loved, I think I have done another Mora in the past. Not another Mora, another RTI. Can't think what. It's completely got. I've got over 1,200 videos on this channel now. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. That is it. The RTI Mora, highly recommended if you want massive shot capacity and massive power, then, and solid, you know, long-lasting reliability. That is going to be the one for you. Anyway, leave it at that. Thanks for watching, guys. That's Rack and Load. See ya.